And now we are underway. Leicester kicking from left to right as you look at it in your picture in blue. West Ham United are all in black. Leicester have set a club record for 4 victories at home this season. That's the most that they've ever had in the WSL. It's goals and away form in particular that has been a problem for the Foxes. Hale trots over to take this throw in, the former Villa player. Mamiki gets her first touch. West Ham think that ball has gone out and the officials agree. Referee today is Lucy May. The assistants are Daniel Sykes and Ella Broad. And the fourth official is Joanne Harwood. Leipzig building from the back for Leicester. Hale on the left-hand side, again hugging the touchline, under a little bit of pressure. Everton are in action on the final day of the WSL season. And you can follow their game, if you so wish as well, available on YouTube against Tottenham Hotspur. In addition to that, we've got Manchester City against already relegated Crystal Palace, Arsenal against Manchester United. Both those sides have already qualified for the Women's Champions League. Villa against Brighton, and Chelsea, the champions, versus Liverpool. All the games simultaneous on the last match of the season. Gorry lays it out to the right-hand side. Haven't seen anything so far of Martinez up front. Ueki is likely to play in the pocket and try and push forwards as much as she can for the visitors. 4 goals and 5 assists for the Japan international. Hale goes route 1 with the free kick. Picked up by Gorry. Thibault, the former Bordeaux player, with the throw-in for Leicester City on the shadier part of the King Power Stadium. Thankfully, it's the same side that we're on. Blazing sunshine, nearly 20 degrees here in the East Midlands, and that will be a free kick in West Ham's favour. Asseyi, the player to win it. Ueki, after the quick free kick. Opportunity here for Gorry, lovely feet, and nearly had the composure to take it all the way. Last-ditch defending. Leicester only half clear. Another opportunity with a curling effort, but there was never any conviction behind that shot. And it's harmlessly wide of the right-hand post. Martinez's first sniff of goal. Just didn't wrap her foot around the ball. Martinez, who joined from Frankfurt, where she scored 32 goals, 10 so far in the WSL. Gorry had neatly brought that down, and West Ham do well to keep this alive. Pubel involved. Hanshaw, just forced to check back. West Ham, though, now starting to get their foot on the ball. Leicester coming off the back of a 2-2 draw, a dramatic one as well, against Crystal Palace. Palace guaranteed to finish bottom of the WSL, which means that they are down into the FA Women's Championship. London City Lionesses coming up. That in itself was a fascinating finish, where London City Lionesses were able to get the draw that they needed away at Birmingham. Had Birmingham won that game, Birmingham City would have been up in the WSL instead. So Palace down. There may be some interest in one or two of their players. Annabelle Blanchard, for example, has had a very positive season. Ale for Leicester. Happy just to put distance on the ball. Leicester getting penned back a bit, though, all of a sudden. Ball in, looking for Martinez, and she did well to adjust her body and get anything on that, but it's harmlessly into the hands of Janina Leitzig, who has 3 clean sheets this season. This is her 20th appearance. West Ham have scored 8 goals with their head this season. Second best record of headed goals out of anybody in the WSL. Leicester, in stark contrast, have only scored once with their heads. 0-0 here at the King Power Stadium, 7 minutes gone. Cayman. Mamiki surging forwards with purpose. Options in the box. Cross just a little bit undercooked. Leicester will keep it alive here, though. First real threat from the Foxes, but again, the cross just can't find a blue shirt. Sam Tierney was trying to make a nuisance of herself. Leicester win the second ball. Mamiki again. Options on the edge of the area, and a snapshot comes in and it finds the top right-hand corner. And Leicester City have the lead. Janice Cayman with an absolute rocket. Just taking the sting out of the attack. Her shot was blocked. It fell to Cayman. And that is a powerful and instinctive finish. And it is Leicester City 1, West Ham United 0. Cayman's 4th goal of the season. Just Leicester's 18th goal in the WSL. And that is a contender for one of the best strikes of the season. Just looked like Kane had let the chance slip when she didn't really set herself. The first shot was blocked. Cayman, right place, right time. And the 36-year-old Belgium gives Leicester a lead, which is slightly against the run of play, albeit we're so early in the game. But West Ham had just started to get their foot on the ball. And now they must come from behind as they bid to try and finish 6th in the WSL. Shanna Shosh not there, chasing a lost cause, and she's won herself and her side a corner. Young French striker who was under Amandine Miquel, the Leicester City manager at Rennes. Momiki with the Leicester City corner as they look to try and double their lead, just over the head of Howard. Momiki's going to get there again, though. Drills one across the 6-yard area. And another chance goes begging. This time it was Ale. Shamik in the West Ham goal didn't look at all confident where that ball drilled into the 6-yard area was going. She couldn't get to it. Tierney was there in the middle of the 6-yard area. It ricocheted out into the path of Ale, and Leicester coming close again. Just as I say, they struggle for goals. They nearly had 2 in the space of the first 15 minutes. Elsewhere in the WSL, Arsenal are leading Manchester United by a 1-0. Chloe Kelly, the Manchester City loanee, the scorer in that game. And Manchester City are losing 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Nick Cushing, the interim manager there. We wait and see what Manchester City do over the summer after getting rid of Gareth Taylor mid-season. Strange old season in many ways for Manchester City. Taylor went just after they had beaten Aston Villa in the Women's FA Cup. Then they had those 4 back-to-back games against Chelsea, including 2 in the Women's Champions League. A League Cup final, a league game as well. But City have missed out on Champions League football, 4th in the WSL. Leipzig taking no chances there, under a bit of pressure. West Ham throw in on this near left-hand side. So a free kick here in a dangerous position to the visitors. West Ham coming off the back of a 3-2 loss to Aston Villa, but before that they won 7-1 away at Crystal Palace. Game in which Martinez scored 4 of her 10 goals. Punched away by Leipzig. Martinez was running at the back post, but never looked like latching onto it. Possibly Leipzig could have just let that one go out of play, but taking no chances. And West Ham have a corner here. Viviane Asseyi to take it, the French woman, who has now started her last 65 WSL games. She's never been a substitute for West Ham United. Asseyi goes short. Whipped in towards the back post. It was kind of a cross shot in the end. And again, Leipzig ensuring the ball goes out for another corner. Gorry there on the edge of the area, asking the question anyway of Janina Leipzig, who's looked pretty authoritative and calming so far between the sticks. Given Leicester's league position, if she can keep a clean sheet today and make it 4 in 20 games, that will not be a bad return at all from her and her defence. Martinez just took a swing at that, and she's hobbling away a bit gingerly here, just clutching that right knee. Looks like the kind of minor knock that she might be able to run off, and that's exactly what she's trying to do, just in the left of your picture. It's a Leicester City throw-in, though. West Ham won the last meeting between these sides 1-0. Asseyi scored the winner. And both WSL games in 2023-2024 finished 1-1. West Ham's biggest win was 4-0 at home in September 2021. Here's Howard, the Scot, back to Leipzig. Everton leads Spurs in the WSL final day. All of these games, remember, are available streaming live and on our YouTube page as well. You can catch all of the WSL highlights. Here's a chance for Shosh-Not, who has space inside the area. The shot was deflected. At least that's the Leicester claim anyway. May not have actually got a touch off a West Ham player. It spins harmlessly wide. A well-timed run by the youngster. I think she just hesitated a little bit to see whether there was an option in the box. Realised that there wasn't. Hannah Kane was trying to make herself available. Went for the shot and sliced it slightly over the bar. West Ham goal kick. So Everton 1, Spurs 0. And Manchester City 0, Crystal Palace 1, plus Arsenal, Manchester United is now 1-1. Ella Tuna's equalised. And a reminder, you can catch all of the highlights from the WSL on our YouTube page. Fantastic season that's seen Chelsea dominate once again. Manchester United and Arsenal have both qualified for the Champions League. And in addition to that, Arsenal still have that huge Women's Champions League final coming up. They will play the holders Barcelona, who knocked out Chelsea. That's a well-weighted ball down the left-hand side. Chipped right under the goalkeeper Leipzig, and it's come back off the woodwork. Vivian Asseyi, so close to a deft chip that would have been the equaliser. We'll give her the benefit of the doubt and say she looked up, saw Leipzig slightly off her line and tried something audacious. And you can see in that replay there, she gives the goalkeeper the eyes, perhaps feigns to cross it, realises there's a little bit of space and nearly executed the perfect lob. But it's back off the bar and it stays at Leicester City 1, West Ham United 0. Where we've already had one contender for one of the goals of the season. Janice Cayman for Leicester, and Asseyi looking up and almost chipping Leipzig. And West Ham have responded well since falling behind. Leicester looked dangerous though on the counter-attack, as we saw a moment ago when Shosh-Not found herself in space on the right-hand side. Ale passes the ball down the left for Leicester to Kane, the former Everton player. Kane is just fouled from behind. So cheap free kick to Leicester here, 35 yards or so from goal. Mamiki over the ball at the moment. Cayman comes across now too, as Leicester determine what they're going to do here and if they're going to lump it straight into the box. Ale is to the right of the free kick as a short option. It looks like Leicester are going to go straight into the area here. Drilled in low, and that's a lovely little touch. And then the shot coming in from Shoshnaut. Never really had the angle to seriously test King Asseyi. Leicester come again through Tierney in that pink headband. Missy Goodwin. West Ham ball. Midway through the first half, it's Leicester City 1, West Ham United 0. Great to have your company on YouTube. Ben Jacobs with you. Final day of the WSL season. We know the champions and we know who's going down, but plenty to play for in terms of positions. West Ham coming into this game with the opportunity to move above Liverpool, but they have to win and also hope that results go their way. At the moment, they're 9th in a live table because now Aston Villa are leading Brighton by a 1-0. Ebony Salmon, the scorer in that game. Kane. Out to that left-hand side again. Given away, though, by Shoshnaut. Haven't seen that much of Rico Ueki for the visitors. I feel that she'll be so important in getting in that pocket and trying to get West Ham back in this game. Mamiki happy to go backwards. And now we'll have a whistle and a stoppage and a drinks break as well. Shoshnaut is down, and that gives us the opportunity to have a look at this rasping effort. Ale there took a fortuitous touch to Kane, who picks it up now. Her shot was blocked. Looked like the chance had gone a-begging, and how about that for top bins? Janice Cayman, 4th goal of the season in the WSL. She's also got an assist as well. And the Leicester City captain leading by example. It's Leicester City 1, West Ham United 0. Almost 20 degrees here in Leicester, so the players will welcome this drinks break. Shoshnaut looks okay. The former Rem player able to return. Goodwin just can't get her foot firmly on the ball there, which should allow West Ham to clear. Ueki. Ale's doing a really good job of floating and covering, and now there's an opportunity for Mamiki. She's hit the right-hand post. And again, Leicester so close to a second goal. Poor defending as Nystrom put her side in trouble. Mamiki dragging it towards that right-hand corner, which was the right approach because Shamik didn't have it covered. But it's off the woodwork. Both sides have had their chances so far. Leicester have taken one, could have had another couple. And a reminder that Asseyi's also hit the bar with a lovely looking chip for West Ham, which just didn't dip after she beat Leipzig in the Leicester goal. And with 25 minutes gone, we've had a very entertaining start here at the King Power Stadium. Strong attendance as well. Leicester faithful highly appreciative of a hard-fought season in which Leicester have been able to survive. Mamiki, a little bit too much on that. Shamik quickly off her line. Visiting goalkeeper, also a former Rennes player, which means that she played under the now Leicester coach Amandine Mikel. Martinez. Can't find a teammate in the box. She's been kept out of danger so far. Had one early header that was always going to be difficult to generate any power or direction on. Pavy lays it back. Dangerous looking ball comes in from this near left-hand side from Hanshaw. Pavy again. Haven't seen too much of her. Decent angle on that, and another glancing header comes in. Half a chance again for Asseyi. You could see what she was trying to do. Just use some of the pace from the ball and try and turn it into that far right-hand corner. Didn't quite get the angle she was looking for. And it's a routine save for Leipzig. Chance for Pavy on the edge of the area again as Leicester don't get any clear direction on the ball, trying to build out from the back, the Foxes, and they ran into trouble. I think Pavy just hesitated too long, and eventually her effort deflects away. Sam Tierney did just enough breathing down the Colombian's neck, making sure she didn't quite push her, but just put her off. And Pavy couldn't get a shot on target. Asseyi's corner. Gorry on the edge of the area. Her shot deflected too. Zadorski will lay it out to that right-hand side. Pavy tried a little give and go, didn't quite come off. Ueki was able to keep the play alive, but again has to settle for a throw-in. Leicester are defending well at the moment. And there is a careless offside flag up there. Leicester will have a welcome respite because all of a sudden it's wave after wave of West Ham United pressure, but it remains Leicester City 1, West Ham United 0. Elsewhere in the WSL, Arsenal and Manchester United is 1-1. Manchester City, through Kerolin, have equalised against Crystal Palace. Asseyi. Ueki. Japan internationals just ran that out, but gets a deflection, and it will be West Ham ball. She's going to leave the throw-in, though. Leicester with everyone behind the ball. Hanshaw. Chipped in towards the area. Gorry. Trying to get away from Tierney. Again, it takes a deflection, and West Ham will have yet another corner. And most of these corners have been put into dangerous areas. Asseyi, the French woman, to take the corner on this near right-hand side. Pavie is the short option, being policed by Shosh-Not. Just not quite clicking for West Ham in the final third at the moment. Ale to Kane, well-weighted flick on there, just not quite into the path of Shosh-Not, but it was a nice idea by Kane. All the way back to Shamik. Nystrom, Zadorski. Hanshaw staying wide on that left-hand side under instant pressure from Missy Goodwin, who forces her back. Leicester look really well organised at the moment. Looped up towards Ueki, who hasn't really got in the pocket. She's been forced into that wide right area. We'll get a whistle, though, in her favour here, and West Ham have a free kick in a dangerous position. A reminder, final day of the WSL season. You can catch all of the highlights afterwards as well on our YouTube page. Man City 1, Palace 1, Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1, Villa leading Brighton by a goal to nil. 0-0 still between the champions Chelsea and Liverpool. In comes the West Ham free kick, and watched all the way by Leipzig. And another commanding take by the Foxes' #1. If you actually look at West Ham's final days in May across all seasons in the WSL, they've never won a game, lost 5, drawn 1, and that trend is continuing at the moment. Still a long way to go. That's a well-weighted ball. Opportunity here for Leicester City. It's Kane. She gets a second bite at the cherry, and she finishes in the left-hand corner, and Leicester double their lead. Hannah Kane, second goal of the WSL season, and it's Leicester City 2, West Ham 0. Brilliant ball forwards. Kane onside. Took a couple of touches, looked like maybe the chance had been wasted, but it came back to her, and Kane made no mistake. Nystrom, Shamik did well with the first shot, the defender sliding in, the goalkeeper at her near post, but Kane got a bit of fortune, the ball came back to her. And that is her second goal of the season for the 26-year-old former Everton player. And what a story she's had. Leicester City documenting her 330-day recovery from a serious ACL injury, the second of her career. And Kane very candid about her struggles. And now she ends the season having returned to full fitness with a big smile on her face and a goal. And Leicester have a bit of breathing space. You do still feel that there are goals in this one. Cayman and Kane, the two C's with the goals for Leicester. Cayman with a rocket. Kane instinctive after the first chance went to begging. And it's Leicester 2, West Ham 0. And there is something to play for as far as Leicester are concerned in the league table. They started the day second bottom. They can move above Tottenham. Asseyi, though, trying to fight back here for West Ham. Pavie is at that near post. Ball goes back towards the edge of the area, and Leicester trying to start something with Kane on the counter-attack. Nice little turn to get away from her marker, but there wasn't a willing runner down that left-hand side. Leicester, as I mentioned earlier, coming off the back of a dramatic 2-2 draw with Crystal Palace, where they thought they'd won it through Shannon O'Brien in added time, only for Larkin to also score in injury time for a 2-2 draw in that game. Shoshnot to Ale at the byline. Ueki sliding in. And that will be a corner to the Foxes. Short corner. Plenty of blue shirts in the 6-yard area there, and that goes down as another half chance. This time Julie Thibault, the ex-Bordeaux defender. 27-year-old knows that that was an opportunity. She certainly had time to try and guide the ball on target. Always difficult because she had to self-generate her own power. Leicester's last home game was a 1-0 loss to Manchester City. They were thrashed 5-1 away at Arsenal. And they drew 1-1 against Tottenham Hotspur as well towards the end of March. Two welcome first-half goals here, though, for Leicester. Ale, Cayman, the first goal scorer. Bit too strong for Kane. Game will have a very different complexion if West Ham United can get a goal in the next 5 minutes or so to halve the deficit. Hanshaw, Away from Missy Goodwin, who has to be careful. There was a slight shirt pull there. Asseyi goes for goal. Watched all the way by Leipzig. Maybe could have stooped and caught that, but I think she was just worried about going down and letting it slip under her body if she tried to catch it. Somewhat unsighted, potentially, as well. Maybe Missy Goodwin was in her eye line. Miki is going to be fouled as she tries to break over the halfway line. Quick free kick taken by Leicester. Swept out to Shosh, who has one WSL goal to her name. Here's Tierney. Tierney's got a degree in business management. Leicester will be looking more for a degree in game management now with a 2-goal lead. They've given it away here, though. Too strong for Martinez. Plenty going on elsewhere in the WSL. Crystal Palace are now leading Manchester City by 2-1. That one also approaching half-time too. All these games kicking off at 12:30 UK. Tierney for Leicester. Asseyi trying to put her under a bit of pressure, but that's well handled by Tierney. Thibault infield. Cayman in the end gets a slightly late whistle, and Leicester will have a welcome free kick on the halfway line. It's actually going to be a yellow card as well to Vivian Asseyi. Referee determining that that was a cynical foul, and that's the first booking of the game. Into the final minute of regular time. Should be a few minutes at least of added time, because we had that unplanned for drinks break when Shosh was down with what looked to be a minor ankle problem. And we understand there'll be 2 minutes of added time, plus the 40 seconds or so we've still got to play. Nystrom helps it over the halfway line. Can West Ham find a goal just before the break? Ueki, lovely balance. And then she will get a whistle in her favour too. And it's a free kick to West Ham, right on the edge of the area. Haven't seen enough of Ueki in this first 45 in threatening areas. But the 25-year-old has won her team a welcome free kick here. 2-woman Leicester wall. Kane and Shosh. Miki is coming over too. Confirmation, 2 minutes of added time. We're 15 seconds into it. Gori in a fair amount of space at the top of your picture on the edge of the area. Pavie as well to the right of her. Asseyi to deliver towards the back post. Pubel, and then the acrobatic effort. And it was well improvised by Martinez. She's certainly capable of the spectacular. Just couldn't really get to the ball early enough, though. And in the end, it's right off the end of the toe. And because she couldn't wrap her foot over the top of the ball, it's well wide in the end. Gori, Martinez, Ueki. Gori was in a dangerous position, but it's well intercepted. Leicester looking for a counter-attack here. Final 30 seconds of the first half. Goodwin to the right. Tierney able to carry it right up until the edge of the area. Zardowski able to make the block. Canadian making sure that she was in the way. And that should just about do us for an entertaining first half. Let's see whether there's time for one more West Ham chance. Martinez from deep, poor ball to Ueki. And there's the half-time whistle. Leicester City leading West Ham United by 2-0. Janice Cayman with an absolute rocket, an instinctive finish into the top right-hand corner. And then Hannah Kane running in between the defence. Her first shot was saved, it fell back to her, and Kane made no mistake, finding the bottom left-hand corner. And at the break, Leicester are in control. It's Leicester City 2, West Ham United 0. So let's take a look at the half-time highs. And there's plenty of them. West Ham had the early running. Martinez on the edge of the area here, but her shot was deflected wide. Leicester then took the lead. Ale, whose pass eventually finds Kane here. That shot was blocked. How about that from Cayman? A stunning finish by the Leicester captain for her 4th goal of the season. And Leicester were knocking on the door, causing some problems from set pieces. Mickey here with a really dangerous ball across the 6-yard area that in the end Ale couldn't make the most of. Gori for West Ham tested Leipzig there, but she was equal to it, tipping it over the bar. Shoshnot, the youngster, with a shot that never really looked like beating the visiting goalkeeper. And then how about this for improvisation? You can see that Vivian Asseyi looks up, sees space, and was inches away from successfully chipping Jana Leipzig. It was end-to-end, and Mickey there hitting the right-hand post. Pavi's cross there, but the glancing header was straight at Leipzig from Asseyi. And Pavi grew into the game as the second part of the first half progressed, but didn't get her shot away quick enough. And West Ham were made to pay for missed opportunities as Hannah Kane doubled Leicester's lead. The first shot was really well saved by Shamik, but it fell back to Kane, and she made no mistake. And Leicester, who had only scored 17 goals in the WSL coming into this game, got 2 in the first half. Late on, Asseyi had another long-range effort, which was turned away by Leipzig. And then an acrobatic try by Martinez to try and make it 11 goals in the WSL, but she couldn't quite execute. And at the break, West Ham have got work to do. Half-time, it is Leicester City 2, West Ham United 0. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes' time for full commentary of the second half. Do join us then. You can head over to that Chelsea-Liverpool feed, and we will have the trophy lift for you. Keep across our YouTube page as well for all of the highlights and other WSL and FA Women's Championship content. False start here by the looks of things. You don't see that too often. At the break, Everton and Spurs 1-1. Manchester City are losing 2-1 to already relegated Crystal Palace. Arsenal and Manchester United is 1-1. Aston Villa have doubled their lead. They are 2-0 ahead against Brighton. And it's still 0-0 between Chelsea, the champions, and Liverpool. West Ham, to finish 6th, would have to win this game and also hope that Liverpool are defeated. So it's a big ask now all of a sudden. Siak with her first touch. Just went under the foot momentarily of Pubel. She gets another opportunity to keep this attack alive. Leicester don't get distance on the clearance, and then Martinez felt that she was pulled there by the touchline. Nothing given. Chantal Swaby showing good strength, the Jamaican. Ale for Leicester had plenty of touches in the first half. West Ham will maybe feel there's an opportunity to press this Leicester back line and put them under a bit more pressure. Asseyi did hit the bar in the first half with a little chip. And confirmation there of the two substitutions, Siak and Siren both coming on. Pavy and Zadorski, the two to go off. No changes for Leicester City at the break. Leicester hoping to make it 5 wins at home, a club record already, that number at 4, but they can extend it to 5. Cayman, the goal scorer, able to find Mamiki. Chips it into an inviting area of space, but it's well dealt with by the substitute Siak, who has the most clearances, blocks and interceptions within the West Ham squad this season. Martinez has been caught here. No suggestion of a foul, but she certainly stayed down. Reminder, she would have to score 3 to have a chance of winning the Golden Boot outright. Bunny Shaw, Alicia Russo, both heading into this final match week on 12 goals. Shakira Martinez on 10. Made her WSL debut in January. And only Lazio's Martina Piemonte has more goals in the period from January onwards across all of Europe's Big 5 leagues. So she's been a sensational signing for West Ham United. But she has to find a way to get them back into this game now. Siak getting plenty of touches at the back, being hounded, but she storms forwards, still going. And that's a neat ball too to Eki. It's a clean challenge. Does look like in the early stages of this second half that Ueki is going to be given a bit more freedom to play centrally in that pocket and try and push up as a second striker. In the first half, she was largely wide right and in a less threatening position, therefore does love to filter over to that right-hand side, but really West Ham may need more numbers centrally in that attacking third if they're to get back in this game in the second half. So it looks like Rhian Skinner has made a slight tactical change here. You can see Ueki there in the right of your picture, trying to play up where possible alongside Martinez. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Leicester City 2, West Ham United 0. Leicester, as they tried there when they've gone route one, have looked quite dangerous. West Ham susceptible in transition, particularly the second goal exposing that. Nystrom, Siak, Ueki, Pubel involved as well. Asseyi deciding to try and beat her woman and ran into a little bit of bother. Asseyi again, more good defending. This time, Thibaut. Ueki at the byline, does well to keep it in and lay it off as well. Couple of options in the box. Pubel, the one to bring it down on her shoulder. Danger not over for Leicester. Pubel again. Cross just a fraction too short. What we're seeing as well, at least in the last few moments, is Denton try and get forwards into the box as well, wearing 18 for West Ham United. So far in the second half, it's all West Ham in terms of the possession. As you'd expect, Leicester trying to manage out the game and potentially finish above Tottenham as well. Leicester can go as high as 10th in the WSL table, up one spot from 11th. And elsewhere, once again, final day, Everton 1, Tottenham 1, Man City 1, Palace 2, Arsenal and Manchester United, the battle for second place 1-1, Villa 2, Brighton 0, and still a stalemate between Chelsea and Liverpool. Leicester coming into this game right on their expected goals tally. Expected goals 17.3, actual WSL goals 17. And the Foxes are looking for their first win over West Ham United in the WSL since a 3-0 win in February 2022. Tierney under pressure from Ueki, and West Ham able to wrestle the ball back. Pubel. More good positional defending by Ale. She has had an excellent 55 minutes or so. Always so intelligent in the positions that she takes up. Ale, the former Villa and Spurs player, still only 23. An England youth international, but she is also eligible for Nepal. Shoshnot will leave the throw-in. She had that one opportunity in the first half where the youngster broke down the right-hand side but kind of sliced the ball wide of the near right-hand post as she looked at it. Denton tried again to cross over the halfway line, but there wasn't quite enough pace on the ball to allow her to carry it forward, so she checks back. Nystrom. Martinez trying to peel away at the near post. Watched all the way by Howard. Slightly awkward bounce there for Ale to deal with. Thibault as well coming across. Throw in towards Ueki, who will bring it down on the left shoulder. Shows good strength to hold up the ball. Gorry dispossessed. And Leicester looked like they might have a counter-attack on there. Missy Goodwin was ready to storm forwards, but West Ham able to stop Leicester in transition. West Ham are adamant that that's a corner and that the whole of the ball crossed the line. And a corner has been given. The officials got a great view of play on this near right-hand side. Referee is Lucy May. Ella Broad is the official standing right next to Asseyi, who's going to take this corner. Again, it goes short. Hanshaw's cross is dealt with. Siak playing as a makeshift winger all of a sudden. Tierney staying close. Still plenty in the box for West Ham. Oh, it's going to fall, and the back of the net is found. And West Ham United grab a goal back. Vivian Asseyi. And that is their 9th header in the WSL this season. And finally, the pressure tells. It's an instinctive header. Vivian Asseyi, who hit the bar in the first half, adjusted her body so well. And even though Leipzig got a hand to it, there was too much power behind it. And it's Leicester City 2, West Ham 1. And you have to say, on balance, West Ham deserved that goal. And now it is game on. Vivian Asseyi with her 8th goal in the WSL. She's also got 6 assists too. Leicester have got an opportunity of their own here now, though. Shoshnot, Momiki. Back again to the Frenchwoman. Forced all the way back, though. Shannon O'Brien is warming up for Leicester as they're through again here, and Leicester have got a 3rd. Just moments after West Ham had got back in the game, it's Hannah Kane again, breaking the offside trap for her 2nd goal of the game, and it's Leicester 3, West Ham 1. Ale waiting and waiting. Siak playing Kane onside. Brilliant first touch to knock the ball into space. Out came the on-rushing Shamik. And Kane making no mistake. That is a cool finish. And Leicester again have breathing room. Looks like Leicester are going to make a double substitution now. Shannon O'Brien, 1 of 2 coming on. Shayna Shoshnet, who's worked hard without managing to get a goal, is the first player to depart. Missy Goodwin is also going to be replaced for Leicester City. And the youngster, Nelly Lass, only 17, gets another WSL opportunity. What a prospect Lass is. It's been a whirlwind few months for Nelly Lass. She made her Women's Super League debut. She represented England at the Under-17 World Cup. And she got her first senior goal in January as well. So Nelly Lass is on, and so is Shannon O'Brien. Just when it looked like West Ham were back in the game, a sucker punch. Kane is on a hat-trick. Chipped in towards Ueki, but she won't get to it. Nystrom picks it up. Asseyi, the West Ham goal scorer. Free kick to the visitors. Elsewhere, still Everton 1, Tottenham 1 on the final day of the WSL. Manchester City 1, Crystal Palace 2. Palace already relegated, but they're on course for a big win against fourth place Manchester City, who have missed out on a Champions League spot. Arsenal have scored a couple of quick goals, and they now lead Manchester United 3-1. That game is the battle to finish in second place. Oh, what a goal that is! Straight from the free kick. It's a stunning strike by Vivian Asseyi, who has her second goal of the game. And it is an absolute screamer. You can see by the power when it left her boot that the cross was a decoy. She catches Leipzig by surprise. Sensational. And what a game this is turning out to be. Leicester City 3, West Ham 2. Still 0-0, by the way, between the champions Chelsea and Liverpool. Asseyi has 2. Kane has 2 for Leicester. And that opening goal from Janice Kamen, the Foxes captain. But it's Kane's second that is still the difference between these sides. But West Ham once again are back in it. Plenty of time remaining. West Ham, as I mentioned in the first half, scored 7 at Crystal Palace. They've certainly got goals in them. 36 goals in the WSL for the visitors. Leicester again, though, break free down the right. Shannon O'Brien was in the centre. Cross, though, just a little bit wild in the end, but Leicester will get a corner courtesy of the deflection. It never quite looked like it was going to be cut back into the path of Shannon O'Brien. Kane, to the welcome applause of those Leicester fans, flags flying as well. Trots over to that right-hand side. Howard is forwards just in front of the 6-yard area. Kane to deliver. Doesn't quite find Howard. West Ham have got everybody behind the ball, so Leicester will have another opportunity to build from deep. Looks like West Ham are preparing another change. Emma Harries is stripping off on the touchline. You would think that that's a straight swap for Serena Pubel. Harries, the 23-year-old who has 2 WSL goals to her name. Can play as a wide forward or a centre forward, having joined West Ham from Reading in 2023. Before all of that, though, Leicester have a free kick. Howard again is forwards, just on the edge of the area at the moment. Kamen is lurking in case she gets the opportunity to try another long-range effort. Mamiki will leave it. It's punched away by Shamik. Thibault just fell to the ground as she tried to wrap her foot around the ball, but Tierney picks it up. Asseyi now as the ball settles. Nystrom. Ball is too strong. And Leipzig will let it go out for a goal kick, and that may allow West Ham to make another change.
Substitution for West Ham United. Coming off is number 77, Serena.
And confirmation that Emma Harries is introduced. Adds a little bit more height, and it is Pubel to depart. Midway through the second half, it's Leicester City 3, West Ham United 2. 5-goal thriller, and you sense there's a few more twists along the way still. Arsenal are now 4-1 up against Manchester United. Kim Little has just scored. Arsenal scoring 3 goals in 11 second-half minutes, and they lead Manchester United by 4 goals to 1. Both of those sides have qualified for the Champions League. As it stands, Arsenal will finish in 2nd place. Here come Leicester again. Oh, what a finish that is! Leicester City have their 4th. Sam Tierney looked up, realised Kinga Shamik was off her line, and it's a deft and audacious finish. And again, when Leicester have gone route 1 and they've caught West Ham in transition, they've made them pay so many times. And Sam Tierney with a quality finish. And Leicester City restore their 2-goal advantage. We have seen some brilliant finishes this afternoon. The game has been an excellent advert for the FA WSL. And Leicester from 2-0 up. Then it was 2-1, but Leicester scored quickly and kept that 2-goal lead for 3-1 as Hannah Kane got her brace. Asseyi, though, scored a stunning free kick for 3-2. But every time West Ham have looked like fighting back into this game, Leicester have found a goal at the right time. And again, that was the case with Sam Tierney. 26-year-old with her first WSL goal of the season, and what a time to get it. Really well executed, just the perfect weight on the ball. She realised that Shamik, the Polish goalkeeper, was well off her line. Don't forget you can watch games live on the WSL YouTube page. All of the games are concurrent for the final game of the season. Check out our YouTube page as well for highlights of all the games too, and various magazine content as well. Just click the link pinned in the comments to keep up to date with all of your WSL news. Martinez's cross, and it's another half chance as a brave Asseyi threw herself at the ball, and she's picked up a head injury here. It was certainly an inviting cross. So while she's down, let's have a look at what was a stunning free kick. Sold everybody a bit of a red herring, sticking that hand up in the air, but you can see by the power and the shape of the ball, she was going for goal. And Leipzig was beaten at her near post. And at that point, it was 3-2 and game on. Only, of course, for Sam Tierney to restore Leicester City's 2-goal lead. And we can see that fourth goal too. Cayman was still down on the ground. Mamiki put it into the space, but Tierney still had work to do. O'Brien was screaming for the pass, but Tierney realised that the visiting goalkeeper was off her line. And the technique was just perfect. So the players are just going to have a drinks break. Amandine Miquel, the French manager of Leicester, 41 years of age, joined from Rennes. And as things stand, will have played 22 this season and won 5, 4 wins coming into this game. She's drawn 5 and lost 12. And her opposite number, Rianne Skinner, 45-year-old, an ex-Leicester boss, we should point out as well, and a former Foxes player. So back at her old stomping ground. She managed Leicester between 2006 and 2010. And she's got just under 20 minutes, perhaps even 20 minutes if we factor in the added time, to try and get her side back into this game. Looks like Leicester are going to make another change as well. CJ Bott is warming up. That would be a defensive change. The most likely player to depart, Julie Thibault. Especially because she is down receiving treatment for this head injury. So you would assume that this is an enforced change. Concussion protocol naturally very strict and underway at the moment. And it was excellent defending by Thibault, because Viviane Asseyi was coming in at pace trying to win that header, and Thibault catching one on the right side of her head. And it's good to see her back up on her feet, but she will depart, we understand, and CJ Bott will be the player to replace her.
Substitution for Leicester City coming off is number 17, Julie Tebow. Being replaced by number 4, CJ Bott.
CJ Bott, short for Catherine Joan, the New Zealander, offering plenty of experience as Leicester look to shore things up. Bit of shifting around as well, because CJ Bott is a predominant left back. Shannon O'Brien, lovely feet, onto the left foot, unselfish cross, and the glancing header's just wide of the right-hand post. And that was an opportunity for Hannah Kane to get her hat-trick. Unselfish play here by Shannon O'Brien. And that's a free header. Kane made the right call, just using the pace of the ball and trying to turn it into the far corner. She had time, but just didn't quite get enough on the header. And she was nearly in there again, Kane, although had she got to the ball, I think she probably would have been called offside. Kirsty Smith is warming up vigorously for West Ham. And it looks like she'll be the next one to be introduced into the game. Just under 15 minutes remain here at the King Power Stadium. Great to have your company all around the world. Beautiful summer day. And we've been treated to a 6-goal thriller. Here's Ale in a bit of space. Kane with a cross shot that took a little deflection off Siak, and Shamik gathers. And now West Ham have got a bit of space here as they try and catch Leicester in transition, playing them at their own game. Martinez with a shot. Never really any conviction behind it. So a goal kick to Leicester, and they can start just to manage the clock a little bit now. Can't really fault Martinez for having a go because there were no real options in the box for her. But she maybe had a bit more time to set herself, and possibly a low drilled shot would have been the better option. Ueki. Martinez again with just a slight sniff of goal. Although Leicester haven't kept a clean sheet, they have defended very well, and there's space again to break forward. So Brian just took her eye off the ball. Momiki was the player trying to burst through the centre on that occasion rather than Kane. And now we are going to see another West Ham substitution. Verena Hanshaw, the Austrian, who hasn't been able to really influence the game in an attacking sense, is the player to depart. And on for the visitors, Kirsty Smith. Kirsty Smith, 31 now, Scotland international. Former Hibernian and Manchester United player. Can West Ham again get within one? Ale just about clearing her lines. Still Everton 1, Tottenham 1. Manchester City have come from 1-0 and 2-1 down to lead 3-2 against Crystal Palace. So plenty of goals on the final day of the WSL season. And Manchester United are fighting back against Arsenal. Turland and Letitia have scored 2 goals in 6 minutes. It's Arsenal 4, Manchester United 3. The only real surprise is it's a stalemate between Chelsea and Liverpool, as Asseyi has a deflected effort. And West Ham happy to let that ball spin away for a corner. Asseyi, who's been involved in everything to take the corner, already has 2 goals to her name. Sense West Ham need one now to really set up a grandstand finish. Leicester are going to make a double change in a moment as they look to maybe try and shore up the game. Missy Goodwin, not the best ball forwards for Nelly Lass, who hasn't had an opportunity yet to try and get another WSL goal. 9 minutes to go, and this might give Leicester the opportunity now to make that double change. We'll confirm that substitution for you in just a moment, but Leicester choosing not to do it now. Siak, the defender, dispossessed. Another Leicester counter-attack opportunity. Cayman. Missy Goodwin goes down. No whistle. And West Ham come the other way. Harries. She nearly brought that ball down perfectly with the first touch, but always looked to have gone a fraction early, and a late flag goes up. It's an offside against West Ham. And now Leicester should be able to make a double change.
Double substitution for Leicester City. Coming off is number 21, Hannah Kane. And number 29,
Flynn Eriksdottir is going to come on. And Hannah Kane departs, so no opportunity for her to get her hat-trick. But a contender for the woman of the match. And Yuka Momiki is also going to be substituted, and on comes Saori Takarada.
and number 6,
Takarada, fellow Japan international. We joined Leicester in 2024 from Linköpings. Also had a spell with Washington Spirit. The winner, actually, of 2 Youth World Cups with Japan under-20s and Japan under-17s. 7 minutes remain here, and Leicester are in control. Aston Villa have added a 3rd against Brighton, so they are going to get a victory on final day. And just a reminder once again, after this game finishes, Chelsea will lift the WSL trophy. Make sure you stay with us for that trophy lifting ceremony. Martinez feeds it forwards to Asseyi. Gori's shot was blocked. It had plenty of venom on it. Leicester happy just to leave everybody behind the ball. Siak picks it up for West Ham. Ueki. That looks like a dangerous ball. A little bit too much on it. And it's mopped up at the far post and out for a West Ham throw. Five minutes remain plus added time. There should be a fair few minutes due to that head injury to Thibaut. Time just starting to tick away for West Ham. That ballooned ball up in the air won't find Ueki. First touch and a firm tackle by Takarada. Lass as well did well on that right-hand side to try and give Leicester a bit of a rest, but it will be a West Ham throw-in, but she's competing and trying to just carry the ball away from danger in these final few minutes. Leicester 4, West Ham United 2. Manchester City have added a fourth against Crystal Palace. They lead by 4-2. Now, West Ham free kick. It's a bit further out and close to the touchline from the position when Asseyi scored. Let's see if she goes for goal or chips it in. It's dinked in towards the penalty spot. Nystrom got her head to it. No power behind it. And Janina Leipzig will take an age here. As it stands, Leicester will move from 11th to 12th above Tottenham. And that's because their goal difference is now better than Spurs. Tottenham are drawing 1-1 in their game away at Everton. Cayman nearly able to feed it forwards. Eric Stottir, the substitute, though, unable to get her first touch yet. As Martinez comes the other way, really strong defending by Shannon O'Brien. And now she comes forwards to the halfway line with purpose. Offside flag goes up there. Looked quite tight to me. I think Siak has been caught out a couple of times, just dropping deeper. Official, though, has got an excellent view on that far side. Asseyi goes down in the area. Kind of half-hearted appeals. Looks like West Ham are going to make one more change. We'll come back to that in just a moment. Asseyi on the ball, shut down. Takarada gets a touch. Shannon O'Brien hustling against Siak and then wrestles her rugby style to the ground. This is the King Power Stadium and not the Leicester Tigers ground. There was no whistle there. It was a clear foul, so you can only assume an advantage is being played as time starts to run out for West Ham United. It looks like they will make one final change, West Ham. Princess Ademluli is the player who appears to be stripping off. I still think we'll have several minutes of added time. We'll confirm the number for you when the board goes up, as Martinez can't find Asseyi. But still some time left here, you would think, for West Ham United. Gorry gets to the ball first and makes the block, and that might be her last action. And it is confirmation that Katrina Gorry, the Australian, is going to depart. And one final change for West Ham United. Princess Ademiluli is going to come on.
Being replaced by number 35, Princess Ademiluli. The fourth official
Only
time
18 years of age,
7 minutes added time to be played. That's 7 minutes added
having been at
time.
West Ham through their academy and also been called up a couple of times for England under-19s as well. Confirmation, there are 7 minutes of added time. So some hope still for West Ham, but they're going to have to find a goal fast if they're to get back into this game. Elsewhere, still Everton 1, Tottenham 1. That one heading towards 90 minutes as well. Man City 4, Crystal Palace 2. Arsenal 4, Manchester United 3. Aston Villa 3, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. And Chelsea-Liverpool is heading into added time as well. Still a stalemate. West Ham will drop all the way down to 9th as it stands from 7th. And Leicester will move to 10th. Siak crosses. First time looking for a crowd of black shirts in there, but didn't get enough purchase on that first ball in. Harries down the line to Ueki, who does well to keep it in play. Floats one up, and Leipzig makes a simple catch. Leicester City 4, West Ham United 2. And Leicester have navigated the first 90 seconds of added time. Shannon O'Brien. Helped it on towards Ale, but it was asking a lot of her. O'Brien again to one of the goal scorers, Tierney, with a lovely chip. Cayman. Hard to tell what the best goal of this game is, to be honest. We've had at least 3 stunning strikes. Chip from Tierney, showing execution and intelligence. Brilliant free kick from Asseyi, beating Leipzig at the near post. And a screamer from Janice Cayman. Lass will take the last touch there, and West Ham will have a throw-in, but they are deep inside the Leicester half. And this is looking now like all 3 points for Leicester City, barring an incredible turnaround. We've got 4 minutes of the 7 remaining. Stay with us at full time. We'll run you through the highlights. And a reminder once again that all of the WSL highlights are available on our YouTube channel. Chelsea have scored late and added time. Aggie Beaver-Jones, what a season she's had. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. So Chelsea look like rounding off the season with a win. Takarada tried something speculative. And at this stage in the game, the fact the ball flies behind and wastes a few more seconds will do. Ball never really looked like dipping, and it's about 7 yards wide. Shamik, though, had to trot over and gather the ball, and that eats up a bit more of the clock. 3 minutes remain. Harry's down the line. Ademi hasn't had too many opportunities yet. She's just to the right of the picture in the area. May well just linger in that box in the final 2 minutes now to see whether she can get a chance at goal. Leicester are managing the game out well, though, and they win the ball back here from deep. Cayman will have the last touch there. And it's last chance saloon now for West Ham United. Ueki on the ball. Nystrom from 30 yards. Hesitates. In the end is able to keep going right to the edge of the area. 3 around the penalty spot. Too close to the goalkeeper, Leipzig. And that should just about do us, given West Ham would have to score 2. 90 seconds remain. And Leicester City are going to end the WSL season with a 5th home win, which is a club record for them in a single season. And West Ham's horrible final day record continues. They've never actually won a final day game in their WSL history. Heading into the final 30 seconds, plus anything else added on top of the 7. And West Ham will have one more opportunity here to likely lump the ball into the box. Nystrom trying to get on with this quickly. Looks like she's going to leave it, which is smart because her height is going to be welcome here in the final seconds. Kirsty Smith will deliver. Looks like West Ham now are just going to be seeking a consolation. Could be the last attack of the game. Smith in towards Leipzig, and she couldn't quite hold it and has gone down here, clutching what looks to be the hip or rib area. Got just about enough on it in the end. Ball got caught in the wind and nearly caught the goalkeeper by surprise, but she did well under pressure, and a strong challenge by Adam Luli. And as the ball goes out of play, that should just about do us here at the King Power Stadium. We're really only playing the added time because of the fact that Leipzig is down. And as soon as this goal kick is taken, that should do it for the game and both of these teams' seasons as well. Howard to take. And there is the full-time whistle. Leicester City end their WSL season with an emphatic 4-2 victory over West Ham in a high-quality game. Some absolutely superb goals, including from Cayman and Tierney, the 2 midfielders. Asseyi got a brace for West Ham, but every time they got back in the game, Leicester got a goal at the right time. And it's 5 home wins for Leicester in the WSL, and they will finish 10th in the table. Full-time from the King Power Stadium is finished Leicester City 4, West Ham United 2. And now we can take a look at the full-time highs. Well, there were certainly plenty of chances. Visitors starting the more positive. Martinez couldn't add there, though, to her 10 goals this season. And then Leicester would take the lead. Ale eventually finding Kane, who got the ball out of her feet. The shot was blocked. It fell to Cayman. And how about that for a rasping finish, a rocket? And Leicester City had the lead. It was slightly against the run of play. Leicester were causing danger from set pieces. And this was a dangerous ball from Mamiki across the 6-yard area. Ale, though, couldn't turn it in. Gorry for West Ham. Testing Leipzig. But she took no chances and tipped that over the bar. The youngster, Shoshnot, having her Only real sniff at goal, but she sliced it over the bar. Asseyi here with excellent improvisation. It was a near perfectly weighted chip, but it beat the goalkeeper and came back up the bar. Momiki had another close-range opportunity, but she found the woodwork too. Pavi put a cross in there. And again, the header from Asseyi, unable to find the back of the net. And here Pavi broke inside the box, but delayed, and eventually Howard made the block. And West Ham had to settle for a corner. At the other end, Leicester were really causing damage in transitions, and they get their second goal when Kane saw her first attempt saved, but turned in the rebound. And Leicester City had a 2-0 lead at the break. West Ham continued to knock on the door even before half-time, but another long-range effort was turned away by Leipzig, and a late free kick as well fell eventually to Martinez. A creative idea with that acrobatic shot, but off target once again. West Ham came out with intent in the second half, and they got one back through Asseyi's header, their 9th headed goal in the WSL this season. And at that point, it looked like the game might turn in West Ham's favour. But as I said at full time, Leicester just found goals at exactly the right time, as Mita Ale with a perfectly weighted pass. Kane checked her run, and that was a clinical finish. And Leicester restored their 2-goal lead. Leicester 3, West Ham 1 at this point. Asseyi here with an absolutely perfect, powerful free kick, catching Leipzig by surprise. She feigned the cross, but you could see by the power she always meant to shoot. And again, West Ham were back in it at 3-2. But Leicester again, catching out West Ham. Siak playing Sam Tierney onside, and how about that for a finish? 4-2, Leicester led. And that proved to be the final score. Leicester had a few opportunities to make it 5. Shannon O'Brien chipping one in, and there was Kane's chance to try and get her hat-trick, but she glanced the header wide. And late on, there was a chance for Martinez, but she blazed it over the bar. So Leicester would win by 4-2. There was no late penalty there either for West Ham United. Kane with 2. Kamen and Tierney with the other goals for the Foxes. And Martinez couldn't add to her 10 goals, which means she finishes the season on 10 and doesn't win the Golden Boot. And Leicester show they can score goals, having struggled all season. They beat West Ham United at the King Power Stadium by 4-2, and it means that they finished 10th in the WSL, whereas West Ham dropped from 7th to 9th. It's been great to have your company. That's it from myself, Ben Jacobs, here in the sun at the King Power Stadium. The full-time score on the final day of the WSL season: Leicester City 4, West Ham United 2.